In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the new Wakeland Standardized Tutorial document. So this is my Google Drive account. You'll need to get into your Google Drive account as well, and I suggest you do it in the browser Google Chrome. If you need help with any of that, please contact Terry Essie or your tech facilitator, and they can help you. So to find this document, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and click Shared with Me, because I shared the document with you. I'm the owner and creator. Because I made it, I'm going to stay here in my drive, but I need you to click on Shared with Me. At the top, start typing the word tutorials if you don't see the item right away. And then click on the blue search. What this is going to do is search all of your Google Docs to find the word tutorial in the title or inside the document. I see the two that I want right here at the top, WHS Tutorials Learning Lab and WHS Tutorials Learning Lab Responses. Google Forms did an upgrade about a week or two ago where they separated Google Forms into two documents. These are the questions and these are the answers. I'm going to start here by clicking on the questions. You can see that this is the form that I've created. You're not going to have all these editing features at the top because most of you are simply a viewer of the form and not an editor. Up here, I can click on View Responses, which will take me to that second file that ends in the word Responses. As the data comes into the form, each time the form is filled in, a line will be created in here. I'm going to come back to this first tab and now say click on the live form. This is what your students are going to see every time they enter tutorials that they need to fill in. They'll type in their last name, first name, ID, pick the subject they're in tutorials for, type in their teacher's name to the best of their ability, pick the period they have that teacher, pick the location of the tutorials. Am I in my teacher's room? Am I in a departmentalized tutorial, a Learning Lab tutorial, or in Learning Lab for another reason? Is this mandatory? Yes or no? Sometimes a principal or a teacher will assign a mandatory tutorial, and we want to keep track of that here. And then finally, I'm signing in. When they're done with tutorials, they'll fill out the whole form again and pick I'm signing out. And the reason we're doing that is because when they sign in, it will create one line here with a timestamp, the date, time, up to the second of when they signed in, and then when they signed out by picking signing in or signing out in column I. What the teacher can do then, or the principal or anyone else on campus, can subtract those two numbers and see how long that student was in tutorials. So what you're going to do as a teacher, if you want to look at the data in this form, you're going to have to do some sorting. I'm only going to allow a few people to be editors on this because we don't want one person messing up the data. So most of you are just going to be viewers. You're not going to see all these buttons at the top. So here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to come in here, go File, and then Make a Copy. It's going to ask you what do you want to name the copy. And it calls it Copy of and then the name of the file. Do not check this box because this is just for you. You don't want the rest of the campus to see the copy that you made. And pick OK. Once you've made a copy, you will see at the top that you now have all the ability to edit and sort the form. So what you'll do is, notice as I mouse over any of these headers, like D right here, I get this little triangle, or E or F. You'll probably be using mostly column F. You'll click on that and then say to ask it to sort. Now there's no data in that one. Let me pull up one that has some data in it. This is the math one that they've been using for a while. Notice here that it's all sorted so that all of Cardwell's students are together. The way they did this is they said, would you please sort this whole set of data from A to Z? And you can sort any column and get it to look like this. Okay? The last thing I want to show you on this form is I want to show you how to put a desktop shortcut. So I'm going to move my window a little bit over to the side. I'm going to get rid of the old one I made so that this shows a little better. Okay, this works in Internet Explorer and Google Chrome. You're simply going to make a shortcut. Like all these shortcuts you see on your desktop, when you click on them, they go to websites. Here's how those are made. grab this little icon right here. It might be a padlock like you see here. It might be a piece of paper or anything else. It doesn't matter. Click, drag it to the desktop, and it is going to make an icon for you. Every teacher will need to put this icon on their desktop when they are logged into the computer. So if I share a room with someone and I put the desktop icon on, the other teacher won't see that under the login. They will have to put it under their login as well. So every teacher under their login. Now I know some of you are thinking, oh, I'll just do a shortened URL or maybe a QR code and make this very easy for the students to access. I'm asking that you do not do that. And the reason being is we only want students filling this form in when they are in a classroom or the learning lab. We don't want them sitting on their couch at home with a bag of potato chips saying, oops, I'm in tutorials. 10 minutes later, oops, I'm out of tutorials. So please only put this as a desktop shortcut because we do not need students filling this in other places around the building. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, please contact me and I'll help you. So here's how this works. I've made my little icon. Double click on it like you do all the other ones on your desktop. And you will see that once again it opened up that page for me. And that will work in Chrome and Internet Explorer. If you have any questions about any of these steps, I know it's quite a bit if you're not familiar with Google, please contact Terry Essie. I'll be happy to work with you on this. Thank you for your time.